Hello everybody, how are you doing? Get in your house. Okay. All right, so I'm taking a little bit of time here real quickly to do a quick walk around tour of some of the updates over here on the homestead. Give me just a second, I'll get you turned around and I'll show you what's happening. Okay, so definitely can tell we're getting into late summer. We've got some of these blooms here. This whole thing, that whole thing right there needs to come off. And our Gerber daisies are still going really strong though. But there's definitely some of these guys are getting a little tired. You can tell it's getting to that middle of summer, worn out phase. So over here we just have our container garden. We've made a few adjustments, got some new pots and things in that are going to last a little bit longer than a couple of seasons, so we updated that. And then the expansion over here out front has continued. Just got this inset here a day or two ago, and it's looking good. We'll have more of the fire spinners coming in, but that's probably not going to be till the end of September, probably October beginning, roughly in there. But some of them are getting like really big. This one here, this guy here is starting to take over onto the paver, so we'll be kind of propagating off of them as well. And then our side area over here is doing really well. At first, wasn't exactly sure if the muhly grass was going to live. It looks like it's going to be just fine. And what we'll be doing over here down the line is we're going to be clearing out some of the extra weeds and getting rid of some of the overgrown stuff over here, and then putting in some stone and masonry work and getting that all decked up. We added, this is a purslane here. It's going to be a nice ground cover. This is something that you can basically grow anywhere, and it is really nutritious for the soil. And then of course, look, our butterfly bush. It's starting to open up and attract a lot more pollinators. We've been very excited about that. And then we have another purslane there, and then of course the other muhly grass. And next year you'll probably be able to see these. They'll have long tall stalks, and it'll be a pink blush color, so that'll be really nice to see. We thought the Crepe Myrtle was dead. However, get in here, hopefully not get stung by a bee. This thing's been covered in all sorts of bees, but we've got blooms, so it's actually alive. So we'll be cutting back some of the lower stuff that's probably more along the line of suckers, and then going on ahead and trying to train that up to be a little bit more of a contained bush, which it is not right now. And I don't know, you're probably going to see some really weird black blurbs going through here, and that's going to be the flying horde of dragonflies. We've had a lot of gnats, a lot of mosquitoes, so it is a smorgasbord out here for them. And the only reason I'm out here right now, guys, is simply because I needed to beat the rain. So holly bush bushing out more and more. And then of course our fire bush, it's doing really well. You'll notice we do have these guys in through here. The bushes are going to expand and start to fill in this area, and we'll pull some of the ironwork as we go and or add different things in there. Need to get in there and do some weeding, but that's also another dwarf holly bush. And then this is the Firethorn or Mojave, and it is actually a fall berrying bush. These are edible, so that will be really delightful to hopefully experience this fall. We've also got two more of them coming, and they'll be going over here in this corner. This corner over here is going to be the unofficially official berry corner plot area thing going on, which of course leads me to the elderberry, which are looking beautiful. Look, it's huge. This thing has, like, it's gone to town. And we ended up finding a branch off of this one here. We had the original two, this one and then this one, and a branch on this one here was broken, and just my mom randomly decided to plunk it in the ground, see if we could get it to live, and it seems to be okay about life, we think. And then of course we've got our permaculture or potager style garden here, and we've done some different things with the border along here. We didn't want anything real traditional, and it's literally kind of piecemealed of what we have and or have had laying around. And we have had dragonflies. You guys should have seen the video on bees, bugs, and such video, but we've got quite a bit. I have yet to be able to get the hummingbirds on video, but I'm hoping to be able to do that here very soon for you guys. I'm trying to get them used to me being out here and seeing me as non-threatening, but they've only arrived within the last 2.5, 3 weeks. And this guy here has gone to seed, so that's good. They'll be spreading some of the bachelor button or cornflower love. And then did a little bit of an expansion over here. This is the heather that was out front. It's a little shocky, but I wasn't exactly anticipating for it to not be. That back there is the English daisy, and it is also a little bit shocky. I had to transplant it because it was getting smothered out over here in the middle. It wasn't getting hardly any sunlight at all and was trying to die over there, so it was basically in shock anyway. And then the lavender and herb bed. So the rosemary, I'm questioning this rosemary, guys. I hate to say it. I'm questioning the rosemary. I don't know if it's going to make it. I mean, we've got that rosemary too. This is a Tuscan rosemary, and it's supposed to be a little bit more drought hardy and a little bit more winter hardy, but I don't know if it's going to live. And then we have this is cinnamon basil. Love the leaves and the smell. It actually does smell like cinnamon. And okay, so the very beautiful and very much delayed tomato bed. But it looks, oh no, somebody's munching on my blushing Roma. Well, that happens from time to time. I guess I'll have to put a little bit of some herbicide over here because something is trying to make itself at home. I have not seen any of our normal caterpillar activity. We normally get the tomato worm around this time of the year, and I have not caught a one yet. And this big beauty, it's gonna have a nice, gorgeous flower on it. But okay, so I guess I need to come out here with a black light or something and double check these guys. But all right, these here are going to be the Cherokee purple, and you can see these guys are starting to look really good. Of course, those could have been pecked by birds and I didn't catch it, and they had some outer damage. So all of those should be the Cherokee purple. These guys here are a cherry, grape, something. I am not sure which is which at this point because I had to sow like 7 times. So the tags and everything, I gave up. I did, legitimately gave up. And then the tags on these guys, these are some heirlooms that we got from a local grower, but there's a purple brandy wine and something in here, but I'm going to guess that we are going to have some like cherry tomato coming out of this as well. So hopefully we shall see. These guys have not been looking real great, so I'm not 100% for sure how much we're going to end up getting off of them in the long run. I had to pull out the well, I didn't have to, I just went on ahead and did it. We'd had maybe 5 zucchini, so pulled it out of over here. It was a hard year for zucchini, it seemed like, and it looks like I'm going to have some cucumber to pick. Cucumber is still going strong, which surprises me, actually. Normally this time of the year, cucumber and zucchini are all done, but that guy seems to be going for it. And then down here we just did some green beans. That guy decided to come up. 2 of them got eaten by birds, so I went on ahead and added some new ones in there. The acorn squash, which is this beauty right over in here, seems to be doing just Jim dandy. These are the green beans that I sowed earlier in the year. They've not done very well, so I'm trying and moving them over here to see if they just didn't have quite enough root space in the boxes, and to see if it helps having them over in the bigger bed. And then, believe it or not, turnips, people. I have turnips. This one's actually ready to pull. I think that guy will be ready to pull too here before too much longer. And then beets. So, I mean, no zucchini, but I've got turnips and I've got beets coming up. Go figure. Then these are our peppers, which we are actually looking like we're going to have peppers. So this here is going to be a beautiful cayenne. And then this one, I don't know what got into me. The name just kind of caught me. That's all. And it's called a Mad Hatter. I don't know if you can see that real clearly right there. Got some leaves in the way. And it didn't really dawn on me. I didn't really think about the name, except that the pepper looked really pretty. But it reminded me later on down the line of the fact that, you know, the Mad Hatter in the movie ended up turning bright red and, you know, like blowing his hat off. Well, I'm going to assume it's going to be pretty darn spicy. This is a poblano. This is also a poblano. So we've got 2 poblano and then another sunflower. Look at that stalk. I mean, look at how big that is. How thick it is. It's awesome. This is going to be a bell pepper. So that's a blondie bell pepper. I think that's Bonnie Organics, random find on sale, ironically. So we'll probably be pulling from those guys here pretty soon. But otherwise, yeah, I think that's the majority of it. Looks like I need to be making myself some refrigerator pickles. Okay, so the humidity is definitely increasing, and let me see if I can turn around here and get you guys an angle. Sky, it's getting black. It's been doing this off and on all day. The temperature hasn't been bad all the way around. It's not been as sweltering as it has been, but the humidity has definitely picked up within the last hour, 45 minutes. So I'm glad I was able to get this walking tour done. Yeah. Oh, show you one more thing. I did not show you this before, but let me give you a quick peek of the Rose of Sharon before I sign off. Let me flip it around. Okay, the beautiful Rose of Sharon. And it sheds its leaves fairly, or the petals fairly quickly, but this guy is loaded and decked, and there is usually a collection of bees floating around here, and they have just been going to town, and they just kind of bounce around from flower to flower, almost like they're drunk on pollen. It's pretty hilarious. They make a lot of noise. So they've just been having like the time and feast of their lives. I was just very glad that it was actually able to bloom, and we didn't end up being overeaten by the Japanese beetles. Yeah. Okay, and now you're back around. So, all right, so that is the garden walkabout tour. Stay tuned, because some more things will be happening, which I'll put in some videos here, not the least of which is this is going to be extending all the way out here. So I will be working on that, especially as the summer starts to wane. That will be a little bit more of a focus. Right now we do have some fall planting, and I'll probably do a short video on that, a little bit of an informational on what I've planted. For our zone, we're zone 7, so I'll be telling you about that on another video. Of course, you heard about the green beans, which they were a little bit of a sad disappointment, but c'est la vie. It goes that way. Sometimes it's not always like this. Not every year is this rough for gardening. This year was rough. Even for experienced gardeners, this year was rough. So if you are a new gardener, I want to encourage you, stick with it. Give yourself a chance to try again. You already invested in seeds. Just be willing to try again. And wait, be patient. Yeah, it's not exactly my word either, but patience can be a virtue, especially when it comes to gardening, and understand that it's always a learning process. And with that, my dogs are in the house barking for their dinner. Well, my oldest is barking for her dinner. So I'm going to sign off here. So as always, guys, I love you. Keep it simple, natural, and essential. I'll see you on the next one.